What was hugely hyped up but flopped? I still remember 3D TVs were supposed to be the next technological leap or something. Even the World Cup was broadcasted in 3D. Then it just died out. Not just TV, but that era where every movie had a 3D version in theaters. As someone who wore glasses and is nearsighted, I was never able to watch them. Every movie having that one scene where something randomly goes right into the camera for the 3D effect. You can tell to this day if a movie had a 3D version or not. Random shit going directly into the screen. The end of the world in 2012. My cousin texted me the day that we were all supposed to die. She said, "Is anything happening?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" "No. Nothing is happening," she really said. "Oh, well, you live in a time zone ahead of us by 2 hours. I thought stuff would happen over there on the East Coast first." I ducking died. The thought of the world imploding on itself but still following time zones is fantastic. Feels the same as the "why didn't Europe warn us of 9/11, they had a 6-hour head start," or something. Joke lol edit, see other tone weird name s comment for the original joke. Google+. It stayed in invitation only phase for way too long. By the time it was open to everyone, people forgot about it and it flopped. They also forced you to use it if you had any other kind of Google account, so people naturally resisted it. What they didn't understand is that people use other social media websites if they have something unique to offer. Unfortunately, now it seems like every social media site is copycatting each other. G+ did have something unique to offer. The circles idea was a much more natural and privacy-conscious way to think about friends and sharing, compared to Facebook, which defaulted to everything you shared being open to all your friends. I have school friends, uni friends, work colleagues, family, extended family, other acquaintances, and the way I interact with different groups and what I share with them is and should be different. G+ made this a core feature, whereas Facebook made it painful. If anything was going to be a Facebook killer, G+ was it. The problem with G+ is that, by the time it came along, Facebook was already way too entrenched as the main mass-market social network. If the top 20 or 30 of my Facebook friends had all spontaneously migrated to G+, I would have shut my Facebook account and migrated over there too. But in the absence of that, it's too much effort to have to maintain and check 2 accounts, share things in 2 places, etc. Facebook wasn't better, but it won by inertia. Mini CDS edit. Wow. This really blew up. Thank you for the award. Depends on where you were. In the US, Europe, it was a flop. But in Japan, it was a big success, lasting well past the launch of the iPod. Hibi. That streaming service with nothing over 10 minutes. Launched about 3 weeks after the world shut down. Did anyone other than the company hype up Quibi? That thing had disaster written all over it the moment it was announced, and everyone seemed in agreement about that. The actual market data showed that the people that watched things on and generally found the shows to be good, but its retention after the 1-month trial was abysmal. Every single toy my wife has bought for the cat. As any good 80s kid can tell you, new Coke. Yep. The level of hype versus how hard it flopped dwarfs everything else in this thread. The conspiracy theory is it was a ploy to remarket Coke as Coke Classic. Edit, I get the whole cane sugar to corn syrup swap. Teresa, reason I said conspiracy theory and not reason regarding it. Fire Festival. I don't think flop is even the right word. It SSS straight a scam. I don't think flop is even the right word. It SSS straight a scam. Yes, it SSS. Too many snakes on Reddit these days, man. Geraldo Rivera's Special Mystery of Al Capone's Vault in the 1980s. Followed closely by George Newman's Mystery of Al Capone's Glove Compartment. Coney 2012. That was such a bizarre time. Suddenly everyone on my FB feed was posting a half-hour YouTube video calling for military intervention in Africa. Not a total flop per se, but Drake Bell's music career. Both Nickelodeon and Universal tried to make him into a pop star, but it never quite happened. He's still only known for Drake Josh, and some unfortunate other things. Edit, I'm aware his music was successful in Mexico. To take it one step further, I would also list Victoria Justice in the same mold. To be fair, while she never got arrested or reportedly lived in Disney World like Drake, her career didn't have trajectory her peers did. Victorious was designed from the get-go for Nick to launch their own star in the vein of what Hannah Montana did for Disney and Miley Cyrus but with Victoria. However, Ariana Grande was the breakout star from the show, and afterwards her musical career launched into the stratosphere. And even then, while technically Ariana is the breakout star from the show, it'd be more accurate to say her career got big in spite of Victorious, not because of it. It was only really once Ariana had moved away from Victorious and her Cat Valentine image that her career took off. Her first single, where she still had the cat image and was a very cat song, as Ariana has said herself, was a flop and Ariana herself can't stand the song. The 2018 Slender Man movie I remember before it came out it had like a 92% want to see on Rotten Tomatoes. After it came out it got a 17% liked it. Honestly, the movie shouldn't have been PG-13. An R rating, which as far as I know was actually the original focus, would have been much better, as then the movie would have been more like the creepypasta and not like a child's fanfiction. It sucks the R rating was cut, but would someone think of the children? Your problem is with creepypasta films is that a massive chunk of your main audience is 13 to 18. Also, after the girls attempted to murder their friend, the film was basically ducked. They had to cut like 60% of it out to release it. Area 51 raid. Lol, I was actually looking forward to it. Then I never heard anything about so it just dropped from my memory. There was one Naruto runner who actually ran back and forth though. My guy. I always picture some high-ranking general asking what the guy was doing and some low-ranking soldier has to come into a room and explain a Naruto runner to him. That thought always makes me laugh. I swear Teresa video where some high-ranking dude actually had to brief a whole room of security guys or something about the raid, and at one point Teresa slide about the Naruto run. I gotta look this up, I hope it's real, I don't wanna look crazy about this. Twitter.com without trawling for the original Reddit posting. This is my go-to for showing people. The Dark Universe, The Mummy. Anthem. The Destiny Killer. Makes me think of all of the Halo killer games that everybody forgot or hadn't heard of in the first place. This decade being the Roaring Twenties. Well, the last Roaring Twenties didn't end well. Maybe this one will be opposite and end great? 1920 started with a pandemic, roar, and had a massive market crash in the end. When the Segway came out, I remember an expert on Good Morning America saying that they would design cities around it in the future, instead of cars. Before it was called a Segway, it was referred to as the thing, and new information about it was treated like ducking nuclear codes. It was called it. I love the it, I felt so secure the way it locked me right in. You know, for safety. Beats dealing with the airlines. I remember Google Glasses were supposed to be the next big thing, but let me tell you, I haven't seen a single pair out in the wild. They were never released to the public. I believe there were only a handful of developer editions. They still make them for commercial use. Very useful in warehouses. Google.com. No Man's Sky flopped real hard on its release. It's better now though. I bought the game about a month ago, seeing that it's doing really well, downloaded it and saw that I had 17 minutes of gameplay that I totally forgot about on release. Day and Night Hello Games came through. Crystal Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi taught me that everything is a lie. If they can make Pepsi clear or whatever color they want, then what other lies have I been led to believe? The Nivelle offensive, it was hyped to win World War I for France in 48 hours. Instead it was so bad that it started a mutiny, got Nivelle fired, and had casualty numbers an order of magnitude higher than expected. World War I as a whole was overhyped. From over by Christmas to I haven't seen my family in 4 years. Come on Europe. 20-minute adventure, in and out.